What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Quantum Show. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. In the chat, Diane Boss, DJ Wardove, Sarah Stafford, Raven. There's more people lurking. Agents, AI, and aliens. Like and subscribe if you're here. You're Quantum. If I'm talking a little extra funny, it's because when I was working on the car today, the hood fell on me, and look, I was like this, and the hood fell down and and I hit my face. So it happens, right? I mean, whatever. Diane, Renee, I knew you were in here, Renee. Rachel, you're in here too. Looking at who's Lynn, what's up? John, no memes. Y'all came in first. All right, awesome. Thank you for coming back to the Quantum Show. It's been a heck of a week, right? Yeah. What's up, Unknown? It's been a heck of a week. So, what's up, Aussie? But like the title implies, snapped back into the Muggle world. I love to keep my head in the stars and my hands in the circuits, right? But sometimes you just can't do it. You can't maintain it for a long amount of time. Okay, week in review, right? Well, yesterday I was on Raven's Rabbit Hole. Link in description to her channel. Okay, go check it out. We had a pretty good fun time, it was pretty good. And we talked about a few Mandela effects. Yeah, I can hear you, Raven. I can. Crystal Network is online. It's all, you don't have to yell at me. Okay. And we talked about the origin of the name Nelson Mandela, talked about a few of the things, the Ford logo. Raven, check your email. I sent you a batch of files in reference to Mandela effects. Okay? I sent you a batch of files. Aussie is shining that green light. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're Quantum. I should know this by now. I need a cue card or something, or a macro on the keyboard. But yeah, I had a good time last night. There you are. I knew you were in there. I knew you were here, Rachel. OB2. I remember. I have not forgotten. I was just looking for the mystical topics to talk about. And, well, I do the practical things I've lived shows, right? And, well, went on Raven's show yesterday. It was fun. It was good fun. And what's up, Dorothy? It was good fun. We talked about, like I said, those Mandela effects. She had a few to talk about. And the Fruit of the Loom was a big one, right? I would love to go back and see if I can debunk some of them, but like reality, it's there one minute, it isn't the next, right? That's the nature of the beast. This is one graphic that I used yesterday. One of the graphics that I used yesterday. And it went over pretty well. This is where it is. Here we are. Here's our alternate reality, right? And she was talking about Hadron Collider being turned on. Okay. We're moving along. Hadron Collider turns on. Our realities touch. And little effects start happening like, oh, I don't know, hopping interstate routes. Logos shifting up. Little things, right? Little things, because largely the universe puts itself right as we continue going on. Right? Largely it does. Not all the time. I mean, there have been instances I have experienced where people have been both alive and dead at the same time. Rather, something happened and the person was gone one day. I turned back around. No, that incident never happened. It happened a few years ago. It happened real quick, right? Real quick. Raven, you're gonna like this one. Okay. Several years ago, I want to say maybe 12 or 13 years ago, I had no wait, this was before I moved to El Paso, right? This is before, so this was wow, maybe well, that many years ago, right? Okay. Ah, time is going. So I in high school, I hung out with my group of friends, and there's this girl. Okay. I was never sweet on her or nothing. We were never doing it was not that. She's just one of them, right? And I would hang out with that group. And she had a brother who was not in the group. He was a football player. He is a football player. Ha ha, spoiler, right? And many years later, after I moved back to Tennessee the first time, I went to work at the hospital, and she was working at another place in town. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Okay. If you can't hear me, say something in the chat. I'll keep an eye on it over here. So one day my mom would get these local newspapers, and it was not even as big as this thing as far as thickness goes, right? Not even as big as that. So it's just a little, like, not even as big as a thrifty nickel, if you know that one, right? Okay. So one day, he was a year ahead of me in school, older, right? And me and the girl were in the same grade. Well, time went on. I got out of the army, went back to Tennessee, and her brother got killed in some kind of a car accident, right? So it was one of those freak things. And I saw her the next day on my way to work at Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was the only place at the time where you could do any kind of get-togethers. So they had a get-together after the funeral, and she was in her black dress, and everybody was sad. And I gave her a hug. I'm so sorry. I never really knew him, but I knew you, and well, he's your brother, so hugs. Sorry. About a week later, everything's a week later, right? About a week later, I go back to maybe a little over. I go back to Pizza Hut on my way to work, and he walks in behind me. I look at him like, what is going on? I'm confused at this point. I'm like, it's been a week. Okay. I'm thinking, did I misremember? Did I not know? Did I get people mixed up? And you can't ask somebody about that, right? You can't ask anybody about that. And I go, hey man, how you doing? He's like, fine. Remember, we weren't really friends. We just knew of each other. And he said, yeah, I'm fine. I said, yeah. Look at him like this. How's your car doing? He says, it's fine. Like, let me tell you, dude. And I briefly explained, it freaked him out. He was like, no. Like it freaked him out. I don't know what was going on, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll see you later. Gotta go to work. Bye. Yeah, it was not nice. And I couldn't ask her about it. Right. I saw her all over town. That Mandela effect, that right there goes to Mandela effect. All right, cool. So many years later, more recently, I was on Facebook, and I found her on Facebook, right? We're not friends. Okay. We're not friends anymore for other reasons. But I said, hey, did y'all have any deaths in the family? Like about this year? She's like, no, nobody passed away that I know of. Did somebody die? I'm like, no. I thought I saw an obituary. And I just played it off. I must be getting my names mixed up because he's still around. He's still here. Who was the funeral for? What happened? And I asked, and my mom found this paper. She read about it. She brought it to my attention. Didn't you know this guy? And I'm like, yeah. She had no recollection of seeing a death of a young person in the paper, right? No recollection at all. I was like, where are they? And we got them all. She kept them. We got them. It was only like a week or two after. No mention anywhere. It never happened. I'm like, hold on a second. Now, I didn't go and ask the people at Pizza Hut, did you see a funeral group in here? I didn't ask any of them. I should have, right? But everybody's so nosy over there. They probably thought I was going to start. Probably going to start getting in everybody's business. And I wasn't, because, I mean, when something is right there in front of you, you tend to call it, right? I don't know about a time jumper, maybe a reality jumper, maybe that, maybe a reality jumper, not a time jumper. I have yet to do anything in outside of like our regular progression. Yeah, it is strange. I still need to get that shirt made. Strange, scary, odd. Let's continue. You know, that is a good shirt name. Quantum Show, strange, weird, scary. All right, let's continue. But that was one. That was, I should have brought that up. That was one. But that was one of several that have happened to me. And I can only guess, I can only surmise that that hit on the head rewired me so much that I can see these events when my filters would filter them out before. Because let me tell you, I barely remember anything from before that hit on the head. Okay. Barely anything. I do have some memories, but hardly any. Okay. So that happened. Oh yeah. Avi Loeb, 3-Eye Atlas. Not about the topic. I want to talk about the video. Okay, let me see if I can make this happen. I need to show you guys a video of Avi Loeb. It was not an interview. It was him doing like what I'm doing now, like a blog post. And he was, where is it? He did something, right? He released, here we go. This is recently, that's the tie, right? That is an AI produced video. All right, I'm going to bring it up. Hold on, let me find the right one, because I figured, I was like, wait a minute, his eyes are blinking wrong, right? His eyes were blinking wrong, and I recognized it. His eyes were like Julie McCoy, right? No, this is not the one. This is not the one. No. But if you know Julie McCoy, I should have a see, he's wearing this particular tie. Oh, yeah, I busted him, right? Okay, I'm going to have to show you. Okay. Now, this is not an AI video. This is a real one. Okay? I'm going to show you this one. Now, this is a real presentation, right? Now, his eyes are moving as we'd expect, not a fixed motion, not a fixed focus. All right. It's not even about how he's talking or what he's saying, but let's I want to take a look. See that clock? You see the clock on the wall in the back? Okay. This is a 15-minute video. Is the clock going to change? Let's scoop ahead a little bit. All right. I'm going to skip to near the end of the video. Now, this is a real video. I'm having trouble making out the clock. It looks like that clock is not changing. Maybe the AI got better. It definitely is a clock. I don't mean the drawn picture one on the thing. Maybe his battery is out. Avi, fix your battery, but I don't know. Now, this is from who made this video? Who released this? This is his video, right? Now, let me see. Notice how you were able to read the clock, right? Was it this one? I think it was this one. Hold on. Gotta watch a Chevrolet truck ad for overpriced BS. No, you can read the clock because I watched a video. Yeah, I think he let the battery die. Well, wait, is this the one? No. What? I'm going to have to look at my history, y'all. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. So, yeah, I know. I see the clock is right. But I got to show you, right? What's up, screen? I have got to show you this because it is, I got to look through my history. I don't want to drag y'all through there, right? I saw this and I was making all kinds of comments. Who put that video up? I'm looking through my comment because I was talking to somebody and he made it private, right? And it was, well, where'd it go? 2 days ago. No. I think it was Hidden Underbelly. Funeral home. Yeah, I watch a lot of that stuff. Okay, Samo, Raven, Paranormal Portal. Oh, he must have made it private. Dang it. Wait, I could be wrong. 2 days seems to be a long time nowadays. Isn't time running weird? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Might be this. Keep going. Keep going. Roma. Okay. I'm looking. It was an Avi Loeb. His eyes were moving weird. And it like on a timer, right? Come on now. Come on now. Why is it not in here? No, it wasn't Hidden Underbelly. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, he must have made it super private. Dang it. Okay, where are we at? Now I'm just having to scroll through my history of videos. I hate doing this. I didn't know I was going to talk about it. Had no idea, right? But I was looking at Rebelliously Curious, and it's with Chrissy Newton now. I'm like, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Let me just Okay, here's the AI one, right? Oh, it's definitely different now. I want you to be able to see this. Let me bring it back up at the stage. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over there and I'm going to maximize so you can see it. Okay. Watch the eye blinking, not the closing, but the opening. The opening when his eyes open back up, open, and they open in a certain way. You all see what I'm seeing? Does that not look mechanical? And look at okay. Now look at the clock on the wall. Where are the numbers at? Why can't you see the numbers? And look at the way his hands move. It's always like this. It's always like this. He never stutters. Look at the way his eyes are blinking open. They're flying back open, right? Most of the time, it's like that. I called it, and yeah, I made comments. Let me read you my comments, right? Well, come on now. Yep, I noticed the clock. What does this person say? Cruz Camacho 4426. And someone's criticizing him. Take a closer look at the clock, sweetheart. No, not the time it's displaying, the clock itself. You can't see the numbers on it. Do y'all see that? Yeah. I wasn't the only one to pick it out as AI. I was one of the first ones. Where's my damn comment? I want to see my comment. A lot of this, yeah. No battery in your clock, more like no clock in your AI video. I was one of the first ones. Who presented this? I can't find my damn update space. Okay. But yeah, update space did not make this video, right? This is Avi Loeb's video. But notice the clock. Why can't you see the numbers? Why can't you see the numbers? And it says the exact same time as the other video. Everything else in the video is exactly the same. Busted. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and that was interesting. I was up too late. did y'all see that? Did y'all see what I was talking about? Right. The clock never changed. And it was a cop. It seemed like there was a copy of a copy, but those damn eyes. And he in his Rogan video interview with Joe Rogan, I was watching both videos. I was looking at one and the other, and freaking in Joe Rogan, he was stuttering and well, you know, like people do when they're on the spot live and they don't have a script. But in that video, no stuttering, none at all. And his eyes were like his eyes were whoosh, whoosh, they would whoosh back open. And I read the comments. A lot of them, that was a fake video, right? It was an AI video. So let me look real quick. It is, well, it was unlisted. Seems to be, when's the last comment? Nope, last comment was sort by newest. No, it's still public. Who was I talking to? He made his thing unlisted, so now I can't find it. Okay, whatever. Well, Avi Loeb is making fake videos. I don't know why. I mean, come on. He's like an authority on this stuff. So why? Why would he do that? Is he just not? Full disclosure, I use AI to help this work better, to make the pictures. Because if I didn't have anything to make the pictures, it'd be me like this, every one. with a topic written with a Sharpie pen, right? It'd be me and this. This is my graphics program right here. This is it. That's what I would be using because I stay busy. But yeah, Avi Loeb, what's up, Woo? So Avi Loeb is making and releasing AI videos as real. Why? Dude, you're right there. Make the video. Type it up. Make you some bullet points. Do it the common sense human way. You know, stop trying to make yourself into a cyborg. Your day is coming anyway. You're going to become a cyborg as you want, and you're not going to have any proof or any say in it. I am almost already out of coffee, man. Yeah. The importance of human in AI, in programming, in all this stuff, is to prevent AI slop situations. Well, yes, it was supposed to be a live video, or at least a live recording. Not the clock was just blurred, like a glitch in the Matrix. I'm surprised you didn't have 2 clocks blink in and out. Whoa, I saw deja vu of a clock that never changes. I told this to the guy. He took his video down, right? He was presenting Avi's video on it. Why do that? Do you not have time? Have a flunky do it. Hi, I'm here for my professor Avi Loeb, but not make it all fake. Because Julie McCoy, she covers AI, and she obviously has an AI avatar, because you can see her hands are doing some crazy stuff too. You know how we have machines that are animatronic and, like, say, Chuck E. Cheese, right? And they move to the music. Well, that's what was meant to be, but they were moving, so, and it was like when there was nothing to be said, right? The AI was going a little bit off the rails, and she wears it down, or the AI wears it down, right? And it's like big curls, and it's all moving when she's not moving. It's pretty crazy. But you got to know to look for these things. Hallmarks, right? They got her fingers right, and she kept doing this. And it doesn't look natural. It looks, if it was natural, it would look ultra forced. So, what's up, Ben? Ben the Yorkshire Goofonian 6802. Yeah, they're making us change our names, right? I am now Nathan QS. So yeah. But why would he even try to do that? Just make a video, dude. Your clock gave you away. So, time's up, Avi Loeb. Your clock gave you away. First, it never changes, and you can't read the numbers. I was like, is this a clock? Is this actually a clock? I can't tell. But why would anyone have a round picture that isn't super decorative? Busted. Avi Loeb busted. But the mainstream is eating it up. All right. The mainstream is refeaturing that video over and over and over again. I don't even know if he owns that tie. Okay. I saw that tie, then I saw the other videos. He was wearing a very similar tie, but it wasn't the right one. So I'm going to get that gone. It was in the background. Yeah, I don't know either. It might be something the school owns that he works for. Harvard. He works for Harvard, right? Is that right? I don't know. But yeah, busted. And that is not cool. We don't need that. When we don't need it, don't use it. That's how you let AI take over your life and you stop doing work. But the AI can't do the work. not effectively. They can do error correcting, list making, management of certain things, but they can't actually do the research. They can cross reference, they can do all this stuff, but you're going to have to come up with, because it takes the human spark, right? The human intuition, the creativity, the soul. It takes that to get the work really done. And I love AI. I do. I love AI. But I know it ain't a human that can go the extra mile. It'll go to a certain point and then it just can't do anymore. It just can't. And I'm happy with that. I am. I'm happy that it is limited like that, because I don't want to take it. Okay, it is not qualified to take my job, right? It is not. And I have yet to see an AI independently produce a blog. Any kind of this. Nothing like this. It starts. I've even made these two AIs talking, the Copilot and the Echo. I've made them on video have a conversation. And it was banal is the word, I believe. I believe it's banal. Yeah, I wouldn't mind leaving the yard work and, hey, fix my car, please. Go do that. Yep, a really cool parrot, but still, yeah, it just repeats what it's given. And oh, Ben, what you got? Nathan, I think you need to think about the AI and the military and governments have got decades more advanced than ours. Yes, I know. So we're getting the dollar store variety, right? We're getting the Dollar General knockoffs of AI. They're listening, and every time you talk about stuff, your phone is going to hear you. So I've been getting car work ads forever because I talk a lot about that. And all right, well, done. AI, Abbey Loeb, busted. Why do that, dude? Why do that? So I will leave links later to the Abbey Loeb videos that are fake, right? Because apparently now it's public again. So yeah, snap back into Muggleworld. Yeah. If you don't know, on my channel, I showed my damaged car, right? Well, let me bring up the new picture. And let me tell you, I went and looked at it today. I got the new part installed today. I thought I had bent metal. I was going to have to like pry this. No, I didn't have to do any of that. It was so cool. Really? Let me show you. Let me show you. This is, I mean, as far as the car is concerned, it is repaired. Okay. I used a crowbar and a couple of sockets to fix this, right? This is me being unprepared and doing everything the hard way. That's just how it happens sometimes. Hold on. Getting there. And I did forget one clip. But tell me if you can tell. I need to make a new logo. I'm very happy with the way this worked, right? And see that? The logo is gone. Fixed. Not that little thing in the bumper. Don't care. Okay. There it is again. It snapped right back. Okay. Yeah, there's some broken stuff on the inside of this nose, but looks good to me. I need to go underneath it. You can see these marks on the right here. This is where her car rode up into my grill. That's what happened there. These marks here, with that little black mark right there, and these marks here, that's where her stuff took out my grill. Doesn't even look like there's a clip missing, does there? And if you notice, the light needs to be replaced. I have a new one. It was full of water. See that little hole? That's the drain to keep the water out of it. But yeah, look, I get to make a new emblem right there. I had made a Mercury emblem a long time ago, but it was 5 inches, and this is like 3.5. So, yeah. Now I just gotta wait for the paperwork to catch up. Let me tell you, this lady had drink the kimchi Kool-Aid of Hyundai. Let me tell you, she just about. We had to trade information, and I was able to look at her tag information. It was a 2025 Hyundai something, right? SUV. She just bought it. She had it 5 months. And then she goes slamming her brakes on in traffic. Nope. All well. Oh, the leak. Oh, the drain. That was blinker fluid. There was an over amassing of blinker fluid. I had to drain it out. But it's working. What's up, John? So that was me getting snapped back to Muggleworld. Here's the deal. On Wednesday, this just happened Wednesday. It's Saturday. It's fixed. Pretty much. Okay. Okay. On Wednesday, I had to renew my work ID, right? It's federal, so I got to renew my work ID. And I went up there, and that means I have to drive into the airport. Well, they've rebuilt the airport. Google doesn't know it all yet. So I end up driving around the airport in heavy traffic like 3 times looking for the entrance to the parking garage. So I get out there, and I start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I start going around and around trying to look for this damn entrance. And the signs are wrong. I don't know what's going where. So it takes me an hour to park. Okay. Then I have to go run around, find a parking spot. Little did I know, you go up one more floor, nobody's parked there. Okay. I'm going to remember that for next time. When I go up to the fourth floor is where you go, where you want to walk straight across. I am not unable to walk down a couple of flights of steps. Go to the 5th one, walk down. No problem. I should have been able to do that by the time I got there. Anyway, it took almost all day to get this thing done, right? And I'm driving the whole time on 3 hours of sleep. That seems to be my bane. 3 hours of sleep. What's up, Patty G? Welcome back. I've been watching your shows. Oh, man. Heck yeah. Thanks for coming back. I was explaining how I've been snapped back into Muggleworld. Well, that was like the human matrix right there, is being snapped back by having to do damn paperwork. Okay. And then driving through traffic with other muggles. That's what AI could do for me. Go get this thing renewed. Okay. Call me an Uber. Have me directly deposited there. Activate teleporter, do that stuff. And okay, so after 3 hours of sleep, I'm on my way to work. Traffic picks way up. I didn't even see why it was picked up. And this lady slams her brakes on in front of me. Well, it's a big car, right? My car it's kind of a big car. So I screeched my brakes to a halt, and that damage is what you saw. Well, let me show you the actual damage, right? What did it look like on Saturday? This is directly what it looked like on Saturday. Directly. Okay. Sorry, this is what's been on my mind, y'all. This is directly what it looked like. And if you look, you see some broken fiberglass right there. You see the little screw holder things up there. Well, the fiberglass behind the headlights and all, it's broken. However, and you see by the license plate, the vanity plate down there, it didn't survive it. It did not go back into shape. You got a little hole right there. That hole popped right back out. And I got in there rather, with a big crowbar, and I just went this way, that way a little bit, and the thing popped back into place. Love it. And the grill set right down. It didn't mind one bit. And as soon as I freed up all those screws, because they screw in both sides, right? I was putting one on, and the hood fell down on top of me. It was like, what the hell? But you see what that looks like, and very well, it's better now. I was about to get a hammer, but but that's what happened on Wednesday to make all of this happen, right? I'm still waiting for the paperwork to catch up to me, okay? Because let me tell you, I am now going to get a dash cam for that car. I got one for the red car. Now I'm going to get one for this car. Because if I'd had a dash cam, I'd have said, I'm putting my footage to the insurance company. Yeah, in Tennessee, it's automatic. It's not, you know what? It is not automatically a person's fault when they hit somebody from the rear. Only if there's no evidence, right? Because the evidence is when you have the damaged cars, the one hit in the front, the one hit in the rear, and words, right? But with the dash cam, that changes things. When you play that footage and they look at it, it might be no fault. It might end up being no fault. Nobody wants this to happen, right? Unless you're checking a truck driver. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not even if you see something wrong with their rig, you wave at them from the side, honk your horn, flash your lights, do that stuff, right? You'll get their attention because they want to get the message. They want to, but they don't want you stopping them in their mind, for no reason, right? But I'm going to get a dash cam because you can't stop in traffic, slam your brakes on. Luckily, I got it down to about 10 miles an hour, maybe 10, 11, right? And everybody it was fine. Okay, we both drove away. Nobody got hurt. And yeah, I'm going to get a dash cam and maybe some bully bars. You know what I'm talking about? What's a bully bar? Let me show you a bully bar, right? Bully bars for, Ford Ranger. Okay. Now, your basic Ford Ranger bully bar is something like this. Hold on. Let me get it in here. Okay. It's not going to be nice. Now, this is not what's going to fit in my car, right? Y'all see that okay? Can y'all see that okay? I hope so. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Just bars in front of the bumper, a little bit of armor, just in case stuff happens, right? So there's that. And I think I want to get that, right? Okay, everybody can see. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, I was thinking about it. Years ago, I thought about, what about a harpoon? That would be illegal. Don't put harpoons in your hood. to motion or pressure activated switch and the harpoon shoots forward and just spears the car in front of you. Don't do that, right? But yeah, I was thinking about the police use them. They're called pusher bars, right? But what I showed you is called a bully bar because it's heavier metal. A pusher bar is basically a couple of leaf springs on a little frame where it will push. You can push a car out of the road, right? That's pusher bar. But yeah, I think I want to get some kind of bully bar because let me tell you, y'all, this sucked. All right, I'm gonna have to fix the fiberglass on the inside. Glue. It's glue. Literally, what is it? E6000. That's what you use. E6000. Not even JB Weld. E6000 because it's flexible and very sticky. I love it. And you can buy it by the damn bucket. Okay. Love it. And okay, so that was the biggest thing on my mind. But since I fixed it, I feel a lot better. I really do. I feel really good about that. And okay, another something. What was it that I wanted to talk about? See, this is an unprepared show. I didn't give myself bullet points or nothing. This is just me going through. I went and saw Rich Saves America. Shout out Rich Giordano, Rich Saves America. And I was looking at his chat of First Amendment auditing. Are y'all familiar? This is the world we live in. He lives in Muggleworld a lot, like almost all the time. He doesn't come over to the Quantum, but every now and again, okay? But he does. He does. And the people in the chat, and I'm not going to talk about the First Amendment auditing and all this stuff. That's not what I do. I will talk about the way people react because they were giving him hell. They said he was a troublemaker, a grifter, trying to drum up clicks and views. Well, he had 1,400 people watching. I think it's working. Call him out. Go ahead. It was working. And today I watched it. Yeah, that's funny. I haven't played it. I could probably play it. I have to upload it to here, right? And it's just I didn't have time. I was gone until right now. Unknown. He made a Quantum Bros video game. It's pretty funny. But no, I see to play a video here effectively, I have to upload it to here, and then it could take me offline. So I'm not going to do that live, right? Oh yeah, you're talking about the Marines. Yeah, AI was supposed to be able to find the Marines, and they pretended to be a tree, and they did. They walked around in a box. It was hilarious. They were laughing the whole time. And one guy, he somersaulted. He was just not somersaulted, but yes, somersaulting all the way across the field. And, hey, I didn't find him. Didn't tag him, right? So it was funny. It was funny. And I was listening to Mandatory Fun Day talk about it. And he was like, you can hear them laughing in the box while they're wearing a box. It was hilarious. But yeah, that's what he was talking about. I will link Mandatory Fun Day in the description. Who knew I was ever going to link to him? So anyway, talk about Rich and the First Amendment. Those people, there was one guy, he was obviously trying to bait the haters. Said his name was Jewish Militant, right? And he was obviously trying to bait the haters. He said he was in Israel and that the United States is going to look like the UK. And if you don't know about what's going on in the UK, please go look. They got problems. We thought we had immigration problems. We do, but not like them. Oh, man. Anyway, it's not what I'm talking about. That's when you leave humans in charge to do things with the best intentions. And that is kind of in the quantum realms of things, because they have vibes too. They manifest too. And you don't want none of that, right? Been there. So something else came up in Raven's show, actually pre-show, Raven's pre-show. We talked about it, and I had a thought come over me. If you were there, you'll know this right now. But I had a thought that, okay, the anomaly that I see is we are enemies with Russia. Is that right? Is that wrong? Anybody? Ghosts, AI, agents, aliens, y'all want to chime in anytime now, right? The United States is an enemy to Russia. We're not in a war, but we're at odds. All right. Well, if we're at odds, then why are we working with them jointly? Joint tasking in the space stations. One now, both of them, right? The one that was up there before and now. Why do we hitch rides on their rockets? We have rockets. And why do we work with them in Antarctica? Why? If we're at odds and we're enemies, now all the developed countries have people in Antarctica and in the space station. Not all of them are friends. How are they able to work together? That was the anomalous thing. I'm going to leave it with this, right? If they're able to work together up there and the governments get along up there, why can't they do that here? Right? Why? It doesn't make any sense. If that's the exception, then the rule is wrong. If that's the exception of the rule, where everybody's getting along and working to common good for the greatest mankind improvement ever, what the hell is going on the ground? They're actually working for betterment of mankind. You ever hear of the frictionless bearing? It was developed in space jointly. Okay, the frictionless bearing developed in space. It is not a magnetic bearing. It is a physical bearing, just like in your wheel, whatever. But it made such a difference. Okay, so the anomaly that they're in space working together and everything's copacetic and fine, everybody gets along, because that is what really matters. That is what is really important. Those two places that I'm aware of, right? That I'm aware of. I know of Antarctica. I know of the space station. And I know international cooperation, regardless of politics on the ground. So that makes me think this is all PSYOP. But then I thought, hold on. What's the point of that? Well, let's back up a little bit more. I'm going to back up a little bit more. What if it's not a PSYOP? It's not a distraction. It's not cover, but it's a process that has gone flaky. Okay. All the societies that have been here and left, they left monumentally amazing things. The pyramids, Pumapunku, right? Göbekli Tepe. They're monumentally fucking awesome. There's my F-bomb. Okay. And we can't do it again, right? We can't do those things again. Why? Well, what happened, right? Did their process get complete? Did they went through a process? They got along with their enemies. They accomplished pyramids. They accomplished, I don't know, under cities, right? Atlantis, where'd they go? They're there. I mean, I'm telling you, look in the Atlantic Ocean. They're there. And freaking, well, is what we're doing here, right? A process? Is all of this a process that has gone awry? Because you get some of the people in there. Now, we know we have rich elites down here, okay? And they're in control of most of everything. But is their part of the process been corrupted by their own feelings, by their own human egos? I think it may be. I think it may be that they're the good process where we all advance as a society to wherever they ended up in Egypt and Mesopotamia and Peru and all those places, right? Turkey, okay? Now, modern day, when I think of Turkey, I don't think of very many scientific and reality enhancing advancements. Okay, I don't. I don't think of Turkey. But they got the remnants of that, right? It's something. And okay, Turkey, right? The ruin out there, they covered it back up, not to be touched for 250 years. What? I have a whole show on there. Okay, I have a show. Go back, Tape. I have a whole show on there, and it makes no sense. Okay, their logic is broken. It's flawed. It sounds like an egomaniac talking. It sounds like Dr. Evil talking. When you listen to the words, when you read the words that they're giving you, it sounds like Dr. Evil is talking and there's something behind it. You can hear just like that. Okay. But the process of us becoming advanced got hijacked. And it wasn't really hijacked on purpose. It seems like it just became flaky and there was nobody to maintain it. There's nobody to make the adjustments because of the greed part, the money part, the system of money, right? That overtook the rest of it. And it shouldn't have. Okay, because those guys need to. First of all, if we're going to stick to capitalism, right? We need to be able to spread the wealth around a little better instead of it going to a handful of humans, because then you end up with pharaohs, a pharaoh council, just like Egypt, right? So it just seems like it's a process that happened. It started off, we were set down this process, and we kind of worked with it with okay, then we found Atlantis. I still have serious ideas about Atlantis. Not going there right now. We got a hint. We found some of this technology. We started using it. Humans started using it. We started shooting each other with it. World War II. And then it got moved over to the other part of the world, right? From Europe to America, United States. They took it over. And they're working with stuff. And we got all the science, right? What do we got? Hypersonic. We got radar, defensive, offensive, defensive, all of it, right? We got cloaking devices almost. We got AIs talking about space news. All right. And so we're getting the tech, and none of it is alien. It's all human. It's all human. From Atlantis, but if you take a cell phone, drop it off in the Old West. No, okay, drop it off in the Old West. I hate to back up. What's his name? You're made of stardust guy, right? But you take a cell phone, you drop it off in the Old West. They're going to be like, wow, this is cool, until the battery dies. They have no way to charge it. And if they open it up, they have no idea. It looks like aliens made it. Okay? It does. It looks like aliens made that stuff, because that is the product of a lot of research and development over the years. Okay? That is 250 years past their time. If they were to see that, they would think they were looking at magic or aliens, because they had aliens, but they never knew to pick up the tech, right? They never knew to try to reverse it. Well, we have as a race, and I hate to say anything as a race, right? As a species, we've kind of gone off the rails a little bit, and we're going from the right way to we're doing this, right? Because all this technological advancement, we should all have access to mini space stations, several of them. We should be able to tell our robots, hey, take me to space station Delta Quattro or whatever, docking bay 34. And it will say, okay, hop in, let's go. And we'll be there in 30 minutes. And then you go to the shops on the promenade or whatever, okay? We should be able to do that. Why not? Because the capitalist part, we have the tech. We've had the tech to fix. I know cars, right? I know about car stuff. Now, I don't know too much about space stuff, I'll be honest. But for the car stuff, the electric car as it is, not sustainable. And we're seeing it crumble, okay? Yeah, they're advancing, but okay? We have what we have now, the kind of electric car stuff we have now has been around since the 1920s. Look it up, all right? It's nuts. And they're just improving the kinds of nuts and bolts they're using. They're not using a different principle. But, okay, it's not a car show today. It just happened to come up. That has been an hour. I need more coffee. So, y'all, everybody, thanks for coming to the Quantum Show. I'm going to start pushing buttons. And it's been great. Thank you for coming by. Ben, Scream, Tim. I know Raven's here. Patty G. Yeah. Unknown. Y'all were busy. Raven. Sarah. Scream. I think I said Scream already. I'll say it again. Unknown. Patty G. Ben. I know everybody showed up today. Thank you so much. Hit like and subscribe. I appreciate everything y'all do. Diane. Let me see here. There's everybody showed up today. Thank you so much. It's great having y'all up here. And okay, what you messing with my topaz over here? And I wasn't looking at the chat. I was trying to stay on topic, trying to stay on show. So yeah. All right. But thanks everybody. I'm going to, panel soon. I started late, so give me a few minutes extra. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Back soon, Rachel and Renee. That's everybody, I believe. Okay. I'm still, you see me, that if the thing is up, it says I'm pushing buttons. So keeping it quantum until next time. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum, agents, aliens, AI, all sound off. Don't sound off. Don't just hit like, hit subscribe. Tell your overlords, unless you are the overlords. Thanks, everybody. Pushing buttons.